is important to us. Please hold the line.
All operators are busy at the moment. We apologize for the wait and will answer you shortly. Our operators are busy at the moment. Your call is being transferred. Thank you for calling.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Hotline Live. To everyone joining us live or in the replay, welcome. We've got a lot to cover today, and of course, I can't do it alone. So joining me today are, of course, the homies, Nico of the Entertainment Connection and Mr. E of TLEV Media. Gentlemen, welcome. So we're going to start by talking some Not Scary Farm, but I do want to forewarn everybody. We've got some big spoilers ahead for HHN. So I'll warn you again once we get a little closer. But, gentlemen, how's it going, man? How was that earthquake today? Did you guys ride the wave?
I didn't feel it.
Yeah, I'm too far from it. But I did see it was like, what, a 5.9 or something like that?
Yeah, it was like
Nuts,
basically a
dude.
6.0 in San Diego. We felt it here in Orange County.
Wow.
It shook pretty well. Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
I didn't feel it out at all, but the people in the next room at work felt it and wrote it out.
Interesting.
No idea it happened. Got the notification.
I've felt 2 earthquakes at Disneyland before. It's an experience. Both times working. Definitely an experience. It's very weird because then you're like,
Interesting.
okay, let's keep going. All right. And shout out to everyone in the chat. I see it lighting up already. Nice. Look at that. Mr. Disney King says he's got that Poltergeist shirt. Is that an official HHN shirt?
No, this is Cavity Colors, I think.
Okay. Because I'm
They got some good stuff.
I'm realizing now I definitely don't have anything from that year. I don't think.
Same.
I don't think they were. They only had like the house. I have the house shirt, the 2018, where it says on the back all the houses, but I don't know if they had any just Poltergeist stuff.
Standalone stuff, sure.
I don't remember.
All right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Shout out Cavity Colors though.
There you go. Pumpkin Poop says, yeah, he felt it. A nice little early morning wake up call for sure. Albert says there was no Poltergeist merch in 2018. That's what I figured. But also, for whatever reason, I wasn't buying merch in 2018 like I did. Like I started in 2019. Like a
lame.
I know, dude. I know.
Whatever. I have one shirt, I think, from 2013.
Oh,
but
okay.
I don't know where it is.
Nice. Man.
I gotta go through storage.
You gotta dig through it. Man. That's a treasure, bro. That's vintage now.
Absolutely.
It is.
All righty, y'all. Well, let's get into it. Today, our first news story is Not Scary Farm. Construction has begun that we can see on the facade for what used to be Bloodlines. Check this out. This is thanks to our Knott's Adventure. You can see that there's something being built now outside of that building that seems pretty big. Here's a close-up of the building. You can see it's got some zigs. It's got some zags. It looks to be at least like 2 stories tall.
Is that a boo hole that I see right there at the end?
Maybe. It's the tallest boo hole I've ever seen. And then here's kind of a front view of it. You can see some warehouse-looking windows, some house-looking windows.
Yeah.
What the frick is happening there?
What is going on?
Real quick, I gotta address Rob's comment. First of all, thank you, Rob. Very generous of you. This is to investigate Mr. E and his burner accounts and how he rigged the tournament. Listen, I'm still not over it.
Man.
I'm glad that Rob is not over it yet either. Somehow.
Rob, that's a lot of burner accounts, dude. There was like over what 1,000. There's 1,000+ votes on that entire thing right there. So
So
that's a
800 of
lot,
those were
man.
your burner account. Okay,
Yep.
all right. I see what you're doing.
Just mystery 1, mystery 2, mystery 3, mystery
Exactly.
all the way through.
With the underscores too before.
Hi, Mary from Orlando. Is this where
Hi,
Bloodline was?
Mary.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's exactly where this is. So I'll go back to the previous image real quick so you guys can get another look at it. Pretty big facade there happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Larissa, for some reason, I always feel like I'm not supposed to be looking when it comes to Knott's builds.
Dude, right? Right?
It does feel that way. But listen, it's in public view, so we
It is.
can
Yeah.
only do so much. And of
True.
course, addicts like myself and others, I mean, we're gonna look. If it's in public, we're gonna look.
And Knott's likes messing around too. Okay, so they like they're fine with people looking, because then they just trick us, So,
Sure.
yeah.
And listen,
Totally
to be fair, there isn't speculation for Knott's like there is for
No.
Horror Nights.
Mm-mm.
So
Yeah.
we got to have a little bit of fun, just a little bit of fun.
Mhm.
Larissa, I'm still looking. Yeah, me too. Me too. You gotta. But yeah, very interesting. Albert says, Rob, the people have spoken. Well, the people are wrong. That's all I'm gonna say on that. That's fine. I'm not gonna rant on it again. Gentlemen, theories, thoughts. What the hell is this going on at Knott's? I mean, it could truly be anything. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Like I'll just add my 2 cents because I don't have much to go with this, but the facade is I'm hoping it's gonna be detailed a lot, compared to what Bloodline was last year. Like that was such a lame facade. I'm not gonna lie. Very lame facade.
Very.
And the entrance is like that's like straight down the middle, right? Like into the big building. Like I remember for Bloodline, we were kind of towards the side, right? For the
well, for
entrance?
Bloodline, they kind of twisted and turned us a little bit. If you look over there, it's the path closest to the Adobe brick building you see in the background there. So that's the entrance to the warehouse, kind of where everything makes a left turn.
Interesting. Okay,
Yeah,
so
'cause-
the other picture, what I'm looking at is the front of the.
That's the
Okay.
front.
Correct.
Yeah.
Got it.
Again, it's hard to
The-
see because there's a bunch
Yeah.
of stuff in the way, right?
Yeah. Oh man, what the heck am I looking at? But all I hope is that there's a lot more to this facade compared to Bloodline's facade. I think that was
Sure.
such a basic facade, and I know Knott's can kill it. We saw it with Widow's, dude. Widow's facade is freaking perfection. So I'm hoping to counter that right across the way. We'll have a pretty strong facade for whatever this could be.
Sure. Yeah. Nico, what are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, like you could already tell this is going to be better than Bloodline, just with the 2 6-pane window frames on the facade.
Sure.
There we go.
What I'm hoping is maybe another Paranormal Inc. house,
That would be
and
cool.
instead of investigating a hospital, you're investigating an actual haunted house.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
So that's my speculation. That's what I'm hoping for.
That would be pretty nice. That would be pretty dope. Of course, my mind always goes kind of to the extremes. We've talked about it before, but Six Flags and Cedar Fair have merged. With that, I can't help but think that perhaps there's hope that we start getting IPs at Knott's. I don't
Okay.
know yet if
Oh,
that's a
man,
good thing
that-
or
yeah.
a bad thing. Like I still haven't fully made up my mind of whether I would want it or not. But I mean, this is a huge warehouse, easily maybe outside of Trick or Treat, one of the biggest ones they have. So it would be kind of cool to use that spot for something big, a big name, a big house. We'll see. We'll see what happens there.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I don't IPs at Knott's is such a weird thing to think about. I love that Knott's is able to do their originals all the time, and they blow it out of the park every time.
Sure.
Like they competing against HHN, like HHN originals are is nowhere near, in my opinion, to Scary Farm originals.
Sure.
So
I agree.
I'm a little worried if they start going the IP route. I mean, it would probably be beautiful, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
I would not be worried at all because they blew it out of the water with The Grudge 2
That's
and
true.
with Quarantine,
Really?
which were 2 IP houses, and they were absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very fair.
All
That's
right,
very fair.
all right.
So
I'm kind
I
of a
mean,
homer towards Quarantine though, because I was in it. But
oh well, yeah, there you go. A
Grudge
little
2.
bias. A little
The
bias.
Grudge 2 just knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah.
I'm actually bummed that I never got to experience The Grudge 2, but watching the walkthrough videos, I was like, okay, Daniel Miller, I see the origins there. I see the eyes. I see what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Crash Out says it's Warehouse with a Z, a Knott's original.
Yes, perfect.
Did John Murdy transfer?
Aaron Flores says, do you think they'll do something unique with the lanterns this year? Maybe new maze interactions? That'd be pretty fun. I did really enjoy the lanterns. What did you guys think of the lanterns? Do you want more? Do you want less?
Last
with
year
the
they were
tip-
fine.
Sure.
Yeah.
But or 2 years ago, I'm sorry, they were fine and they were enjoyable. Last year just didn't really hit the mark for me.
Sure.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, I'm trying to remember the difference with this year's lanterns. Was there interactions in the mazes?
They did add a few more.
Yeah.
But like nothing that you could trigger. I think the only major difference between the original 50th lantern
Yeah.
and the new one is that like you can play tag with other people, lantern tag.
Oh, okay.
But you couldn't like actually activate anything, which would have been cool. But yeah, it's a fun concept. It's a fun concept.
I mean,
the
hell,
lantern with your lantern.
one of these new mazes, just all lantern based. All right, have the conductor kind of just leading the way, or
Sure.
some kind of ghost train maze, and then there we go. You get your lanterns involved.
Dang.
Sure.
Next
Yeah.
word
Yeah.
there.
That's what they should have done with Chilling Chambers.
Sure.
Since they got rid of the keeper, they should have made the new icon of that maze the conductor.
Yeah.
Well, you never know. There's still time.
That is true.
You know, they kind of had to pivot last second last year for it, but now
I guess
they've had more time.
Yeah.
They've had more time. Let's see what they do.
Yeah.
You can only get out of the rooms if you have a lantern. That's
There we go.
you have
Well,
to
I'm
buy a lantern. Larissa says, "I don't know if I want IPs back at Knott's." Fair,
Same.
fair.
Same.
Yeah. What do you? I mean, elaborate on that, Mystery. What are your thoughts, dude?
No, it's just I don't. It's like I didn't experience the Grudge and all the. How many IPs have they had at Scary?
Not many. Not many.
Like
It's
3 or
been-
4.
They had like 2 like standalone film mazes,
Yeah.
but then they had like the Crypt Keeper host mazes. They
Okay.
had Elvira's Nightmares.
yeah.
They had I saw
that's kinda
earlier in the chat Horrorwood Hotel, which was just a big cluster of horror movies from Alien,
Oh,
Poltergeist, Scream, Freddy Krueger, so on and so forth.
so
Yeah,
I'm
and then
wondering.
They
go
had
ahead.
they had a single scene from Carrie in Virus Z for the 40th. I don't know if
Oh,
you guys remember that.
Awful.
Or like the Evil Dead log
Log
ride
ride.
too. Yeah. So didn't they have something from Beowulf in the log ride too? I think they did.
They did. They had
Yeah.
a full Beowulf maze. I completely
right.
forgot about that, and I wish I did. Why did you bring that up?
Sorry.
Grendel smacked me in the face in that maze. And I was like, wow, that's a cool animatronic. Just straight in the face.
You got up close and personal with that one, man.
I did.
Yeah, I mean, I like my only thing is, yeah, there's that merger with Six Flags, but like, don't start doing Fright Fest IPs. You know, like let's
Sure,
not.
sure.
I feel like
don't
it's so
think it would.
expensive to get IPs, right? And maybe that's partially a reason why they've stopped doing it at Scary Farm,
Yeah.
because they
Yeah.
know what they can do with OGs, with like some original stuff.
Right.
And I don't want to see the price to get an IP mess up the beautiful quality of Scary Farm. you know?
Sure.
But
I
Yeah.
don't think IPs are getting cheaper. Let's be honest.
No, certainly not. Yeah,
I-
very
I
true.
don't think it would ruin it because for Cedar Fair, now Six Flags, Not Scary Farm is their bread and butter. It's their breadwinner for the Halloween season, pretty much. And they will put the money into these IPs, into
Sure.
these originals. Like, look at other parks. Yeah, they get a few originals, but other parks have gotten our Paranormal Inc.
Yeah.
They got our Doll Factory, like
Dark Ride.
Like it's very copy and paste for the other Six Flags Cedar Fair parks.
Sure.
Like Knott's is it. Knott's is pretty much helping this company survive.
So, do you want to see a switch where originals go to Fright Fest and then IPs go to Scary Farm?
Not
But
as
I feel like-
many,
Okay.
like not as many as Six Flags did. I would like maybe two IPs,
Two IPs.
because I've honestly felt like the past 2 or 3 years the crowds have been on the lighter side of Knott's.
Sure.
Really? Oh, shit.
That's what I've been feeling.
I mean, especially in
For what I've
comparison to
been seeing.
Horror Nights, you know what I mean? Where Horror
Yeah,
Nights every
yeah.
night's 2 hours, 2.5 hours, whatever.
So-
Yeah.
Okay.
So if
yeah,
Knott's
yeah,
wants
yeah,
those crowds, I think an IP or two would really bring them in.
Sure. Well, only time will tell.
How would the? I'm just trying to think. How would the Knott's
What?
diehards take that, dude?
I
Like,
mean, it
that's
would be
my
tough.
thing.
It would be tough, but again, it wouldn't be the first time they've had them, so it wouldn't be like
Yeah.
completely
foreign.
But with Knott's, I'm always going in with an open mind. So like
Yeah.
Bloodline, I wasn't excited for it, but I went into it with an open mind,
Sure.
and I didn't like it, and that's why it only lasted 3 seasons.
Sure.
So if IPs don't work for Knott's, they could obviously like get rid of them and just go back to the originals, and I think everybody would be happy.
Sure. Yeah. HHN 365 says IPs at Knott's sounds dirty. Well, we shall see. I mean, I'm hoping that they do another reveal event this season because I
Yeah.
really enjoyed those. We
Yeah.
probably won't get anything from Knott's officially until like August or until they decide to do their reveal event, which will be interesting too because this year, potentially, their reveal event is going to be before Midsummer Scream. So we'll get like, I mean, if you think about it, timeline wise, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
you're right. Yeah, because Midsummer's so
Scream
late.
is in August. Yeah, it's like later in
Yeah.
August now. So
Oh, snap.
we'll see. We'll see what happens there,
Oh,
man.
man.
Mr. Disney King says, well, 2 out of 3 of you on the stream are wearing IP house shirts, so Knott's will eventually cave to IP soon enough. It will
We're
be
all
interesting
wearing
to see.
IPs for the most part.
You're wearing Fright Fest IPs right there, too.
That's
What?
true, yeah.
Oh no, no! Please look at Chucky. Look at the. Don't look at Beckman.
All right, friends, we're going to move into talking about
man.
Halloween Horror Nights now. I do want to warn you once again, spoiler alert, although nothing is officially announced by Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood just yet, we do have some evidence for stuff that I think is pretty convincing. So if you don't want to know what might be coming, what I'm pretty sure is coming to Horror Nights 2025, then look away because we're going to talk about one of the first things that is pretty big news. First of all, Poltergeist is probably, most likely, making a comeback at Horror Nights 2025. Now, again, the evidence speaks for itself. This has not been officially announced, but thanks to HHN 365, and actually this is thanks to Universal High, who has a great Twitter account. They were in the park today, and they snapped this photo of the construction that's happening on the H lot. And thanks to the HHN 365 informant insider Kevin, who is a fucking detective, man. I'm convinced he's Batman because he took a picture of Poltergeist in 2018 while it was still under construction. And I mean, the resemblance is uncanny. literally everything except for that little 60-degree angle on the right side of the house is already built. I think it is very safe to say that Poltergeist will be returning this season at HHN 2025. Y'all, what is your thoughts? What are your thoughts on that, honestly?
Nico, you want to start, bro? I'm just waiting to
Very
hear all the
nuanced.
hate.
It's not even hate towards the house. It's hate towards continually bringing back the same IPs over and over and over again. I understand if things get dropped, but do what Orlando does and give us an original house in its place. Poltergeist was a very enjoyable maze in 2018. I had a lot of fun in there. The black walls bugged the fuck out of me, but it was a very enjoyable maze. But I don't want to see it again. Nobody asked for this. Mr. E, I know you like the maze, but I know you didn't ask for it. John, you didn't ask for this.
I sure as hell did not.
Anybody in the chat asked for this. So, like, make it a one and done. It was a fun house. Let it rest in peace under the pool or wherever it was that's in Poltergeist where the bodies were buried or below the house.
They moved the tombstones, bro, not the
but
bodies.
not the bodies.
Well, they moved the house.
So
you moved the tent, but not the house.
There you go. I watched that back, and I didn't realize that it's Murdy saying that.
Oh, is it really?
To it? Oh my god, it has to be him. It just sounds like him. I'm like, yeah. So look, here's the thing about Poltergeist. Like, first of all, I'm gonna be that one who says we don't know for sure, right? You know, I'm
okay.
Nah, we don't know. We don't know.
We'll keep it political for Mr. E.
Yeah. In my opinion, for Poltergeist, I think that in the end, no matter what, I think we're gonna start seeing the reuse of IPs in the park. And how I feel about it is that if we go back far enough, like, I don't know, I'd say 7 to 10 years or so to bring back a maze, I think that's fair. Like, what was it? 2018 was Poltergeist, right?
Yeah.
Homie, there's so many people that probably are watching this that were probably like 10 years old in 2018. Okay? So, like, it's fair. I would see that start bringing these kind of IPs that were very successful, in my opinion, back. Like Poltergeist, The Shining was successful. Let's get in with Freddy versus Jason. That was successful. You know, kind of just go back, pool what we got there. Now, I can agree that let's not do that where it's majority of the mazes are just reuse, because then that gets a little yikesies.
Yeah.
But I don't think that grabbing Poltergeist is because they had nothing else to throw in there. I think there's probably a contract that has Poltergeist coming back this year. I don't know if there's some kind of anniversary coming up about that. I don't know. But
I didn't see anything. I kind of looked for the same thing, and I was like, there's got to be a reason, right? There's got to be like, oh, we're celebrating whatever, but not
This is the
really.
remake house. The remake Poltergeist.
But see now, but here's the thing. I would love, but of course it probably won't be that if they, change it up a little bit, but they probably won't. But I do think it's cool that there's going to be a house for a lot of people to experience that probably have never been able to experience before. I do wish it was Krampus, though. If it was Krampus, that'd be way cooler, because a lot of people haven't been able to experience that either.
Sure.
But if it is Poltergeist, I'm excited to go through that and actually film it, because I looked back, I didn't even film the thing. Like I'm completely, for some reason, did not film it.
My footage is awful.
Oh, there we go.
Well, we get a second chance, boys.
Second chance, Nico. Second chance.
That's the good thing, at least.
But I'll take a poltergeist over a saw again, like
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
take, I'll take that over Killer Clowns coming back. I'll take that over Holidays in Hell coming back. Like
Sure.
now,
sure.
if we start doing mazes 3 times in a row or like just more than twice, then okay, I'll be on the board of like, let's not get repeats. But I think this maze is old enough that it's okay that it's coming back, in my opinion.
Well, it does seem that the chat is pretty excited for it. We've got Evan, KS,
Ooh.
Mr. Disney King, Pumpkin Poop. Evan says it's one of his all-time favorites.
Hey.
Albert's excited about it too. Jackie as well. So, there's a lot of love there.
It's possible that it'll be
There
loved
is.
again.
But then I want the haters of Not Scary Farm to stop like hating on Scary Farm for repeating mazes who are
Sure,
HHN
sure.
loyal,
Fair.
because
Yeah.
HHN has been on the repeat train for a long,
That's
long
fair.
time.
That they
That's
have.
fair.
That
That's
they
fair.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Madison says it's gonna be her. She missed it the first time, so there you go. That's a good thing
fair.
at least.
Yes.
Juan says spoilers. The H Lot one is called Nico Geist. The maze is from the perspective of John Murdy, and it's all Nico just shouting all his comments and tweets. I'm ready. I want the Nico Geist shirt. I want it.
But John, how do you feel about it?
It's
Let's hear it.
hard.
Let's
It's
hear it.
hard because I see it both ways as well. Like I can see you've made some good points, Mystery, about people who missed it, or even us who didn't get footage of it the first time. But I'm also siding with Nico as well in that, like, I'm kind of bummed that instead of taking the opportunity to give us something original or to give us something new, it's just a repeat house that we've seen before. I want to have hope that there's going to be something new to this house, but I could bet big money that it's going to be exactly what we saw in 2018. Beat for beat. The first house, the living room. Right turn, you're in a dark hallway. Left turn, you're in a dark hallway. Then you're in the kitchen. The left turn, dark hallway. Right turn, dark. It's going to be the same shit, different year. So that bums me out because there's an opportunity to do something different, to spice it up a little bit. Knott's doesn't have the budget that Horror Nights does, but Knott's every couple of years will try to rearrange some things in the houses. We'll spice up the scares. They'll revisit the story. If they can do it, Horror Nights Hollywood could certainly do it with the money that they make every year with this event and the way that they repeat their mazes exactly to the T. Come on, bruv. Come on, man. So
that's super valid. I feel like that's super valid that we don't want the exact same thing, HHN.
No.
We don't want, like, if we were to bring back The Shining, take out that stupid elevator screen scene. That was so stupid.
Yeah, that wasn't great.
Especially how strong that maze was with everything else. And then although to add with Poltergeist, one of my negatives with it is that it's a really short maze. Like, it's probably up there as one of HHN's shortest maze. Like, if you go back and watch videos that people have put out there, yeah, they cut out probably the black hallways. But if you're not stuck in a conga line, it's a 2-3 minute maze, which is short, dude. That is short. Now, my question is, does this mean Orlando is going to get their Poltergeist again?
Well, that's a comment that Vanessa brought up. I would be excited to walk through this house again, but I don't think it will come to both coasts. I don't think so either.
Okay.
I don't think so either.
All right.
Because, and here I go again, praising Orlando, but what Orlando does that I love every single year is that instead of giving us a repeat, they give us something original. Sometimes they miss. Sometimes it doesn't hit. Other times it hits so good, but they still do it because they know that there are new fans, there are returning fans, and, the returning fans are the people who built the event in the first place. So they reward them for coming every year by being like, here's something new. Again, it doesn't always hit, but they try it, and I give them kudos for that because you could just copy-paste a maze from a previous year, but they don't. So that's why I don't think it'll come to Orlando. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Um, I don't know. You go mystery. I honestly have no idea.
So my thing is maybe we're getting this, and because I'm gonna play devil's advocate because
Okay.
isn't Orlando like okay? We talked about it last stream, right? Of that possibly Orlando is going back and what was the maze that they're gonna do? Insidious. Like, aren't they
Right.
planning on doing Insidious again?
Allegedly. I don't know if that
Okay.
rumor has stuck around anymore.
True,
Like, you
true.
know, allegedly.
I mean, I really hope that Poltergeist is not going in because we've lost an IP.
Sure.
Because if we lost an IP, then would that mean Orlando lost the same IP, or were we supposed to have an exclusive Hollywood IP?
Sure.
So I want to bank on the fact that either A, Hollywood had always planned to put Poltergeist back for 2025, or B, both coasts are going to have it. I hope
let's ask the experts real quick. 365 says that they'd wager a lot that it's not coming to Orlando. So that's very interesting.
Shit.
And then also the Insidious rumor is dead. So that is probably not happening either. Although if there was one to repeat, I think it would be Insidious because it's really good. However, then it would fall for the trap that where I walked through it enough, people have walked through it enough where you know where the scares are coming. So that would probably diminish the experience a little bit. But yeah, very, very interesting.
Oh, snap.
Pumpkin Poop says, give us Yeti campground kill. And that's the other thing, folks. I would feel bad for Hollywood if there wasn't already a rich array of originals from Orlando that are so good, like Yeti, Terror of the Yukon, or Campground Kills. I mean, you can Graveyard Games, Slaughter Cinema. Yeah. The list goes on and on. There's so much that you can choose from, but you choose not to. You choose to copy and paste. That's all I'm saying about that.
So then if we were to look at like the speculation map, right?
Right.
Like, what do we think the symbol, if it were to have been planned for it to come back this year, like which one would have it been? Like the ghost with the magnifying glass, or like because right now, what is it? The trash bags are like what's located over there, right? Like that's like
which is Terrifier. Yeah, that's right. I think that's the thing with the spec map too, is that there was two spots that were unknown. I think that this is one of them.
Oh,
I think,
but one of them was Terratran. One of them was an actual house.
Sure,
and one of them was Mummy Q. Yeah, it was the Mummy Q.
We didn't recognize, or we didn't. Yeah, we didn't recognize anything that went with Universal Monsters either.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. Like, I'm gonna go through it. Like, I'll be excited maybe the first couple times, but I'm gonna be over it.
Yeah. It'll be nice to get the footage, but that's about it. Personally,
unless we get Orlando's Poltergeist. Like props, scares.
We won't.
But we won't.
Never. We make them freaking Death Angels, but we can't borrow some of their ghosts. Come on.
Apparently, it doesn't work that way. They don't ship over to us. We only ship over to them. That's it.
If they expand on the coffin scares, if they just make that freaking long as hell at the end of the maze, like just keep putting a bunch of coffins there, dude, I'll be quite happy. I'm not gonna lie.
I want to be in actual water.
Put me in the pool. I want to be in the pool.
If I don't have the fear of drowning going through that house, I will be over it.
So here's my question to you guys. To go off of this. Is Poltergeist a strong enough maze for where HHN is at now?
I'm going to say no. Because honestly, like it didn't really do anything technically that was super out of the box. Like, it had some really cool effects. I'll give them that much, and they always do kill it with the effects. That was one of my favorite things about Exorcist, but they really weren't breaking the mold with Poltergeist. In Orlando, you walk in, it's fucking raining on you. There's the miniature of the house. You're in the pool. Like, you walk through the graves, and it smells like dirt. That's breaking the mold. It's going to be the same damn thing that it was before, and it wasn't super impressive back in 2018 either. The facade was cool. Some of the scenes were really cool, but overall, would I wait an hour for it? Hell no, man.
No.
Hell no.
And do enough people going now know what Poltergeist even is?
That's a good question too, man, because it is an older IP that really
It is.
I mean, it has staying power. They play it every year on TV and stuff. Like,
It's
people know of
Spielberg.
it. Right. But it's not like, oh, everybody knows this.
Yeah.
I think it's still pretty niche to a certain age group, a certain generation. I don't know if the kids know about Poltergeist these days. Chime off in the comments if you're
an
watch
Xer
or younger.
One, yeah.
Right.
They watched like the 2013 or 2014 one. That one was god awful. Like, oh, that movie.
Yeah, the latest one is not great.
That one sucks.
But Jackie, I like your way of thinking. They might surprise us. They are using more tech for animatronics. I hope so.
True.
I hope
Yes.
so. Yeah. I absolutely hope so. Rob, John, if I can wait in line with you, I'd wait 4 hours in line. Well, don't worry, Rob. Don't worry, Rob, because I would never wait 4 hours for anything. So don't worry, bro. All right, friends. Speaking of repeat mazes, we're going to talk about the next, again, unofficially confirmed, but pretty confirmed repeat maze for HHN 2025, Scarecrow the Reaping. Now, check out this evidence for this one. This is, again, from HHN 365, which if you're not following them yet, do it right now.
This is crazy. This is crazy.
Again, Kevin, dude, such a sleuth, a detective. I don't know how he I think he can smell the lumber and be like, oh, yeah, that's Scarecrow. They're using the same lumber. So check this out. Kevin pointed out that there's a path and even like a layout that is very similar to 2022's Scarecrow the Reaping. And I mean, it's pretty evident. Here's 2022. This was in the T-pad in 2022. Now here's the current construction, 2025. This is I'm sorry, I said the T-pad. My bad.
H-Lot.
And H-Lot. Now it's in the T-pad. So this is 2022. Here's 2025. Very interesting comparison. I'm also noticing another little bit of evidence. If you look at this year's photo, or I'm sorry, this is this year's photo. No, sorry, this is the old photo. That's the old
that's
photo.
last
Yeah,
year. That 2022.
Too many damn repeats, HHN. You're confusing me. So if you look at the facade, you'll notice that there are two little boxes that are attached to the house facade. And those show up right over here, right? Those are evident as well in the T-pad currently. So again, unconfirmed by Universal Studios, but pretty confirmed by, first of all, Kevin and all the HHN fans. It looks like Scarecrow the Reaping is coming back again, probably exactly as it was in 2022, which is such an interesting decision given that we're getting Scarecrow the Reaping this year in Las Vegas. So before the rumor was that it's going to be a zone, now it's probably going to be either a zone and a house or just a house. This is crazy, man. What are you guys' thoughts on this?
Nico, we're losing you, man. I just laying back like, what is my life? What is
so over it.
2025?
Like, I think the executives in 2021 were like, oh, well, everybody loved all the repeat mazes here at Halloween Horror Nights with The Exorcist and Halloween 4 and Curse of Pandora's Box. Let's just keep it up. No, knock it off. There are so many originals from Orlando you could take, and I'm trying not to feel frustrated because I love Scarecrow the Reaping, but I don't want to see it so soon.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like, at least with Poltergeist, this is 7 years past or 7 years later. So, okay, like, I'm a little bit excited for it.
Yeah.
But this is what, 2 years later? 3
Yeah.
years later?
Yep, I agree.
Like, my Lord. Just
Yeah, man.
you have Nightingales, you have anything, Yeti, so many others. that you
There's
can
a
like,
lot. There's a lot.
Orlando.
Hell, give
Oh,
us triplets of terror. I don't care.
I
Give
would-
us whatever, man. Like
Yes.
there's so much to choose from.
I will take Hellblock Horror.
Sure.
Or whatever the hell it was
Sure,
called.
man. Give me the hell block. Bring it over
And
to
then you
Hollywood.
could put every
Give us
single
wicked growth.
repeat name
Wicked growth,
in there.
man.
Wicked growth. Fuck,
Give us
man.
wicked growth.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. No,
Like,
yeah.
Sick of it. I'm just.
Nah.
I love you, HHN, but I'm getting tired.
No, I agree, dude. This is way too soon, dude. This is 3 years. And then what, we're supposed to experience it over in Vegas the same freaking year. Like, they'll
Right.
turn this into, if like, I love how we're kind of losing our minds right now. This could be something.
Yeah, we don't even know if it's real.
Yeah, this could be completely different.
I'm feeling myself
but-
over here, and it's going to be something completely different.
But like, it is so lame if they use this as just like a prep for, this is what's going to be at Vegas, scan the QR code for more information, like on the side at the end.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
that's totally what it would be after this. Like, there's going to be the projections on the walls by T-Pad that says Horror Unleashed, and it's going to be showing you clips of like Horror Unleashed crap.
Right.
And it's like, no, we don't want that. Like, that's too Hollywood for us. Like, let's not do
Right.
that. However, if this is Scarecrow the Reaping at the T-Pad, once again, I stand by. This is the repeat area right here. But in the end, right, like, everywhere is going to turn into a repeat spot. So, but every year right now in T-Pad, dude, yeah, you can say TCM was kind of an original, but like, that was come on now, people. That was a repeat.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, 3 years is way too soon for an OG from Florida to come once again.
How about you, John? How are you feeling about it?
Look, to be fair, I will. I mean, I'll side with what everyone is saying in the comments. It is speculation, right?
It's 100% speculation.
The evidence is a little damning, so we're not 100% sure. But if we do get Poltergeist and Scarecrow back in the same year, it's gonna be so dumb, dude. It's honestly gonna be so dumb.
But I hope that means we have some of the biggest IPs right this year. That will be absolutely historical for HHN, you know.
Right.
So like we talked about Terrifier or Five Nights at Freddy's, like that. That's for sure. That's where they'd be like, oh, this is where we're making our money, is those two IPs.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's just interesting choices all around, right? The weeks are gonna go by. We're gonna start seeing a little bit more. If that damn farmhouse goes up in the T-Pad, I'm gonna fucking lose it, man. Cause like, stop it, dude.
Once we start seeing those squares completely in that location at T-Pad, we'll know for sure.
So go to the comments real quick. Madison says maybe it's a crazy coincidence.
I hope.
You know, I agree.
Exactly.
I agree. Yeah. Ron Eddie says the same thing. Doesn't every HHN house have that same sort of layout? I mean, it certainly, you know, a lot of them certainly do.
I feel like with tents, when you go in long ways, you always turn right.
Sure.
So I hope it's I hope it's not Scarecrow.
Yeah, for sure. Jackie says that's one of the few mazes that really kept getting me with jump scares. They did scare me so good, so many times.
It is it's solid. But the fact that we're gonna see it the same year in Vegas, you literally could just go like, you experience Hollywood's HHN and then just go drive that 4 hours to Vegas. Now that might be a privileged part of me saying that, but the fact that it'll literally be kind of like the same originals just used during the same year.
Sure.
I don't know, man. I don't
Who
know.
has
I don't
the
know.
better Dust Bowl?
Who? Yeah.
It's the new
Yeah.
Super Bowl, the Dust Bowl.
The Dust Bowl.
Okay, but gents, if there were a sequel, how would we feel about that?
I
If there
mean,
were a sequel of Scarecrow the Reaping.
I'll take that over
Yeah.
an
Yeah.
exact repeat. I honestly, again, I go back to the Knott example. I know that Knott repeats the mazes up to so now it's gotten up to 6 years, sometimes 7 years. But they do try to freshen it up. I don't mind a repeat if it's a refreshing repeat, if it's another take, or if it's something like truly mind blowing, like Alien versus Predator. I love that we got that 2 years in a row because technically it was really cool. Like they did a lot of cool things in that house. So yeah, I think if it's a sequel, if there's a comment that Destiny says, but why give it a bigger tent? That's the weird part. This is getting stranger and stranger.
Yeah.
I'm still not convinced that it is a bigger tent, folks.
Yeah,
Honestly, I don't think it
Really?
is. I think it's the same size.
I think the only tent that is different than all the other ones is Mummy Q
Sure.
because of how narrow Mummy Q is. But I still
Right.
Oh, like when that one goes up, yeah.
Yeah, so I think
all the
Mummy Q and Parisian, right? Because Parisian has to be split in a different way
Yeah.
too. So,
yeah,
but
yeah,
overall, I think they use the same tents for every year, and it does. Like just looking at previous years, I know it looks bigger. There's less foliage. Maybe it's built a little bit more forward too. I don't think it's a bigger tent. I could be wrong. Maybe one of us tweets at John Murdy and just straight up asks him like, "Hey, dude."
Yeah, I need to know the dimensions of these tents, Murdy. What are they?
Hey, John Murray, I'm just wondering what these dimensions are and if it's actually going to be Scarecrow the Reaping and Poltergeist, please. Love you.
There we go. So now we just screen
there you
record
go.
that and we send that
And we send it
over
to him.
Murdy.
Yeah,
There we
we'll
go.
tweet at him. Yeah.
I'm fucked.
Madison says they spent all the money on Five Nights at Freddy's. I mean, honestly, it's starting to feel that way. It's starting to feel like
so
they've.
Blumhouse is behind Five Nights at Freddy's, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So wouldn't they get a little discount since Blumhouse,
You would think.
you get the collab discount because they're friends, the friend discount.
the family discount. Oh man.
God.
Ryan says, "Get your pitchforks out." Yeah, I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
Man.
Zombie Chris, I don't mind the repeats, but then again, Hollywood is not my home event. Very fair, very fair.
True,
And for folks
true.
like you who are coming in from out of state, I do like the idea that you guys get to experience them. But maybe
Chris,
if we had
bring one of your originals.
Yeah.
Bring one of them with you, okay?
pack
How
it
about
up,
that?
see if you
Pack
can
it
check
up
the
and bring
bag. Oh man, well, yeah, very mixed reactions in the chat. Although I see excitement on either way. Very interesting. Chris says they spent all the money on Fan Fest nights.
Ooh.
I mean, you're not wrong, dude. I mean, again, I have no clue how IP law works.
Dude,
But
yeah.
Just
yeah.
from the experiences that we've had from all the years of going to HHN or whatever, it costs money to get these IPs. And they have, 8 for Fan Fest nights? A
dude,
lot of
yeah,
them are not in-house either. Like Back to the Future, I'd say that's probably free. That one's on the house. You know what I mean? But other ones, I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works.
One Piece and Jujutsu Kaisen have been used in Universal Japan. So I wonder if Universal still has that contract for them. And the Jujutsu Kaisen isn't really that much money. You just have to dub it in English.
Okay.
And then the attraction's already made.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting because they always say from the creators of Halloween Horror Nights. Does that mean now this budget is being shared between? That's crazy.
Honestly,
oh
though,
Lord, please don't say that. Oh no.
And if that's the case, never again. Stop it. For whatever reason, HHN Hollywood already feels like it's the ugly stepchild of Horror Nights, and they get a lesser budget. Let's not eat into it at all, please. Let's just. I still want 10 houses, damn it.
Yeah, let's bring that. But you know what I hope? I hope that they steal from FanFest. FanFest is going crazy with the food this year.
Sure.
Let's do that for Horror Nights, dude. Like Orlando already does that, and let's just get that going, because I feel like that's something in itself that they could totally test out for Hollywood out here.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see, gentlemen. We'll see, man. This is going to be a
In the
very
end, this
interesting
live stream
year.
was just a big petty live stream from all of us, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't want it to be though. Like, again, I loved Poltergeist. I loved Scarecrow. I just don't need him back again. I don't
This is
need
their
it.
fault. This is their fault. This is their own fault.
I love you, baby. Please don't do it again.
Oh, man. Well, the last thing we're going to talk about is something that's very interesting. I've been talking about it for a couple of weeks now, but Variety just released an article about it. LA soundstage occupancy declines to a new low of 63% in 2024 with no signs of improvement. Now, this isn't just Universal Studios. This is all sound stages across California. In recent years, they've rolled back incentives for filming in California, which was clearly a pretty dumb move because productions have gone over to Georgia. They've gone over to the UK. They're down in New Zealand. Like, people are filming elsewhere. And it's now getting to the point where it's not a secret anymore. They're not really shooting in LA as much as they used to. So this, of course, brings to mind the Universal Backlot, the thing that we lost in 2019. I have a feeling that if this continues, it would be a big possibility that we could get the Backlot back for HHN Hollywood. And I think, honestly, it would be a godsend because we can have, maybe up to 4 houses down there, a new scare zone. Yes, the Toxic Tunnel will be back, gentlemen. We'll get the Toxic Tunnel again. But yeah, so it's so interesting that this is happening right now. We're in a very interesting time with Hollywood. So, I mean, what are your guys' thoughts on the potential of the Backlot returning? Would you like to see it?
Oh, 100%. I would love to see it. That's not even a question there. I'm most excited about Toxic Tunnel making a return for sure. Like, I can finally, they'll make some Toxic Tunnel merch for sure. I mean, now that we're doing Scare Zone merches, I can't wait. But yeah, man, like, dude, we always talk about it. Like, the Backlot is just a vibe in itself. And like, you could literally, like, I never got to do this, but I would love to experience it where I just go to HHN just to do the Backlot one night. Just like literally walk down there, spend the entire time over there, because it's its own thing. The scare zones over there are its own thing because you're literally walking through like old sets, dude. Like you walk through
Hollywood history, man.
Hollywood history.
Yeah.
The lines that you go through are like all around the sound stages and stuff like that. Like it's a vibe. It's such a vibe. Of course, it's a sad reason why we would head back to the Backlot. But I hope that we have that going on, and we also can see, just like in the theme park like world, like we can also see an expansion of Universal. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they start cutting down the sound stages over there because they've already built new ones. And so park expansion there, new maze location. So extra mazes back there, plus the Backlot 2 mazes. Like, we could have a whole different HHN event just literally in the Backlot over there, and maybe use some sound stages back there too. So
absolutely. And I would love to your point, Mystery, we've already gotten some of the sound stages knocked down for the expansions, right? Super Nintendo World, the Transformers. Like, we lost sound stages to both of those spots. There's a lot of sound stages down there that could, get the axe coming up soon. A lot of real estate for expansion. I definitely see that in the future. And I see an expansion for Horror Nights as well. Nico, what are your thoughts, man?
For me, it's like a double-edged sword. Like riding the tram through in between the sound stages. It's history.
Like, true.
So much has been filmed back there, and it's just cool to have that like exclusivity for our park. Like, we're actually going by Soundstage 12, where
Sure.
Jurassic Park, the Universal Monsters were filmed in.
True.
You see the red light going on, and they're like, "Have to be quiet. You guys could talk, but I
Yeah.
have to be
Yeah.
quiet because
True.
they're filming right now." Like, that's such a cool aspect of the studio
Yeah.
tour. But the other side of me is all like, man, like Universal Studios Hollywood is not a bad park, but it could be so much more.
Sure.
Oh,
And
100%. Yeah.
I would love to see that expansion. I would love to see Monsters Unchained from Epic Universe
Oh man.
come to the park where the Universal Monsters were created,
Sure.
True.
and have that
Or the
attraction.
Jurassic World ride from where is it,
Yeah.
Beijing? That looks
Yeah.
Oh
fucking
my
incredible,
God.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But then being able to go to the backlot and do mazes again help spread out the crowd a little bit. I'm
Sure.
looking at it
True.
more logistically,
True.
Yeah, yeah.
but spread out the crowd a bit. Mazes in the back, except you, Blumhouse of Horrors and the first Purge, had some freaking great mazes. Oh, and Ash versus Evil Dead. Great freaking. Oh, and you saw great freaking mazes.
Oh no.
We had Krampus, we had Freddy versus Jason,
Yeah.
American Horror Story. Both mazes were a lot of fun. Creep Show, Crimson Peak. Some of the best food options at the
for
event.
sure.
Yeah, dude.
I would definitely love to see the backlot return for Halloween Horror Nights, because at least with that backlot area, like what Mr. E was saying, I could spend the whole night there if I wanted to.
Yeah.
That in itself is its own mini Halloween event.
Yeah.
H lot, you go there, you get the 2 mazes done, you have to walk back up that little poopy hill, and then you're back. And it's just,
It's such a lame walk. There's no toxic tunnel there.
There's nothing to make me freak, make my brain go.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's interesting. That makes me think, like, if they were to take the sound stages out, would we see the clock tower go away? Like, is Hill Valley no more? Like, I feel like they would keep that just for the aspect of keeping the studio tour running. Like, we would still have that part. We would still have Amity Island. We would still have maybe Wisteria Lane and stuff like that, because they want to still keep a studio tour aspect going on. But like the sound stages that are literally next to Super Nintendo World, like those ones can go, dude. Like, I know they're still filming in there, but they just built all these new ones across the freaking way, dude. Like across the lagoon, I think there's like 10 new sound stages over there. So I think there is this idea of tearing out the old sound stages to do these new ones. And it could also be because maybe these newer sound stages got some really epic upgrades that in the end, it's more affordable to build new ones instead of trying to replace stuff in the old sound stages.
Sure.
So yeah, I don't know if they're going to take out, the clock tower and all that stuff, just for the aspect of being going down New York Street, going just so that way the studio tour stays. Because I agree, Nico, like that's something so Hollywood to have that studio tour, and people, that's part of the reason people go to Universal Studios is to experience the backlot. Like that's why Warner Brothers has their little thing, is because the backlot, being able to see where Hollywood is. Like the idea of Hollywood is still such a strong thing across the Pacific Ocean and all that, dude. Like Europeans love Hollywood still. Like it is the idea of going back to 6 Point, Texas. Like that is such an epic thing. So yeah, I would think they will keep the studio tour, just take out those sound stages that are kind of near Super Nintendo World. And then I'm trying to think where else there's sound stages. Kind of by the voice and stuff. Yeah, behind over there. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah,
yeah.
Very interesting stuff. I gotta point out this this comment. I'm laughing at this. A decline in the industry, big win for HHN. That's gonna be the title
Yeah.
of the article there.
Yeah.
Mary says, yes, I've only had the backlot once and I loved it. I mean, I will never, ever forget when it was The Walking Dead and it was a scare zone and they let you off that tram and you're literally in the Metro Sets, you're in the city and there's zombies everywhere. That was so cool, especially I think everybody was a big fan of The Walking Dead back then. So to get kind of that experience with the tanks in the street and the smoke and all the chaos going around, so cool, so cool.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I'd love to see them come back. Albert says, where are we at on the GoFundMe to buy Universal? You know, Rob has been a very great donor for that. $5, we're almost there. We just need $1 billion more, and we should be able to buy the backlot. Mr. Disney King says, why is that toxic tunnel such a thing at Hollywood? Why? It's because John Murdy is a troll and he loves trolling us. That's why.
And it's historical. All right.
It's historical. It's integral to the event. We need it. Oh, man. Well, that's pretty much it for tonight. I know we did a lot of speculating, but hey, it's speculation season, baby. This is what it's all about, man. So, yeah, everything's very unofficially confirmed.
Yeah, man.
Do what you will with the evidence.
We're getting mad at the wind right now, so just let us know what people think.
100%.
Old man yells at cloud.
All right, gentlemen, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up now. Nico, where can everyone find you?
You can find me at the Entertainment Connection on all social media platforms.
Awesome, awesome.
Nice.
The end, Mystery.
Yeah. TLEV Media. Go check out the YouTubes. Dude, HHN Construction's here, so we're getting that weekly construction update. And if you guys care, in 10 days FanFest starts. So we're updating y'all on all that because they're actually bringing stuff into the park, which is so exciting to see. And also we didn't get to talk about it, but I was right about the Star Trek location. Anyways,
that's true. That's true. we got to make it public. You're gonna have to buy him that donut, bro. We're gonna have to do a donut eating live.
Yeah. But TLEV Media, all the socials. So thanks, y'all.
Perfect. And of course, you can follow us at the Hotline on Instagram, on YouTube. You're already here. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. We're trying to hit a milestone here. Help us out if you haven't subscribed already. That way you can catch your alerts whenever we get stuff released. I'm working on a new video. It should be dropping very soon, so keep an eye out for that. First video of the 2025 season. I may have 2 back-to-back. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But thank you, everyone, for joining us on the live, for chatting HHN and Haunt with us. And until the next time, thank you for calling the Hotline. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night, John Murdy.